Hi, friends, welcome. Have you ever wondered what life is like for me on a Tuesday afternoon? Well, stick around, grab your favorite cup, beverage, join in the conversation, and see what's going on. This is Doll from Doll Can Create. You can too. Hi, friends. Just taking a really quick peek outside. It's so peaceful right now. Chilly, it's getting colder, but let me just bring this back around. Oh, there we go. There we go. Thought I'd drop in and talk a little bit more about the 100-mile life and how it's gone so far. So I did set up a couple of rules for myself, and I wrote them down so I wouldn't forget. But the things that I'm going to continue to buy that are not 100-mile would include oranges, bananas, coffee, and tea. Maybe grapes. But it depends. 100-mile, there's a lot of my 100 miles or 160 kilometers are part of Lake Ontario or part of Lake Erie. Kind of crazy. And it's winter, so there's not a lot of really fresh things for me. But I do want to keep up with the oranges and the bananas because they're healthy for me. But I can source them from other places, right? I'll source them from South America, from Africa, different places. And they're just as good. And right now they're no more expensive. So that's kind of part of the plan too. And thinking about that 100-mile or the 160 kilometers, it's not just about shopping local and being local, but it's also about leaving a much smaller footprint. So the fewer things that I have to have shipped in from around the world, the better. So there's been questions, are people not shopping at Walmart or Amazon or any of the big box stores? And the truth is, here in Southern Ontario, big companies like that employ a lot of people. And I'm not going to say because Walmart, it's Walmart Canada, but it's owned by Walmart in the US. Doesn't mean I'm not going to buy there. I want those folks to have a job, just like I want to have a job, right? And the same with Amazon, although I'm cutting back. But that is also, it has to do with my budget. Every time I think I need something, I don't need to go on Amazon to buy it, right? I don't need to do that. So a couple of things that I bought on Friday that I got delivered. Thursday I did get grapes. I think I mentioned that it's in a picture from my previous video. But I bought a couple of cake mixes and I got graham crackers. So I am going to try to make my own graham crackers. I just haven't gotten that far yet. But I was able to get them. They don't always have them. They're not always easy to find. And it's what Nick likes. So it's his treat. The one thing that I am not going to be buying over the next month or so will be any new fiber or yarn. I have more than enough. And if you're in the fiber world, you know what that's like, right? We have a stash. We have it in boxes or bags or totes, and they're all in different places. And, well, you know the story, right? So what am I working on right now? I am going to grab my little turtle, my little spindle, and the note that came with it. This is from Germany. The wool is from Germany. Mystery mixed sheep. I talked about that earlier. And it was part of um, a Distaff Day exchange. And so much fun. So much fun. So I have this and I'm spindle spinning all of that. And then I have this absolutely beautiful braid that she also sent me. Yeah, have fun, it says. It's 100 grams of BFL, hand dyed with ashford acid dyes, gold and fuchsia. I love the tones. It's just absolutely gorgeous. So 100 grams, yeah, that's a pair of socks. I always put things in that kind of mode. It's a pair of socks. Yep. So I'm just going to see if I can lower my camera. There we go. And maybe now you can kind of watch what I'm doing here. So there's my spindle. So you might ask, what am I going to do with this when I'm done? And I honestly don't really know right now. Over to under one. Over to under one. I don't know. Let me know if you have any ideas. 80 grams. If I combined it with something else, it could be socks. But would it be strong enough for socks? Here we go. Here you can see the spindle. It is one of my favorites. I have one little turtle I took off already. And when I'm done with this floof, this one's going to come off. So I'm going to bring it up here a bit. It doesn't look as pretty as it would when you're spinning a multicolor so that you get the lines in your turtle. But here we go. There we go. So no, this yarn is not 100 Mile. It was a gift and I'm going to enjoy it. I have fiber that's waiting to be carded that is 100 Mile. And I have other that's already been dyed and carded and I just have to finish spinning it. And I'll decide later what that's going to become. But for me, this whole process began because I wanted to connect locally with the growers, with the shepherds and the shepherdesses, the shepherd, and to see what I could get up close and personal, right? Yeah, I'll bring this back up. There we go. And I'll just keep spinning while I'm talking. What I'm looking at doing is putting a little booklet together of ideas, steps you can take if you're new to the whole locavore, buy local kind of thing. It's been around for a long time, and I'm just getting more serious about it. I want to save gas. I want to save wear and tear on my car. I want to help save the environment. And when you're using a natural product, look how thin that is, eh? That's spinning up really, really well. There's no oils in this, as in synthetic product. There's no nylon. There's nothing that's going to harm the environment. It's going to be warm on my body. And I'm supporting, when I buy from the local farms, I'm supporting local. And that's what I want to be able to do. I want to support Canadian wool. And a lot of the mills, the bigger mills, Alberta has a really big mill. The Canadian Wool Growers Warehouse in Carleton Place, I've been in there when they didn't block it. So I actually walked into where the warehouse was. Piled high, these big bags of fiber. Oh my gosh, there was so much. And where was it going? Well, a lot of it gets shipped to China. So imagine that for a second. We are shipping pounds and pounds, or even tons, metric tons of Canadian wool to China to be processed in whatever form it's going to be processed, whether it's going to be yarn or roving or processed and made into other things. And then it has to be shipped to market. So it has to be shipped to a factory where somebody is going to use a machine to make a sweater or whatever, socks, vests, anything. And then it gets shipped again. So it's going back and forth. And I mentioned previously about the wonderful wool that comes from New Zealand. But it gets shipped by boat up to Vancouver, gets offloaded, right? And then shipped across country. Well, when you live across country, that's a lot of miles, a lot of trucking, a lot of shipping. Oh my. Especially when I can get good, purposeful wool down the road. Okay, so it takes me maybe an hour to drive someplace. Sometimes less. What a wonderful day out, right? Pack a bag lunch, enjoy the scenery. Well, not this time of year. You're going to run into snow and possibly freezing rain. But I'm all about creating with Canadian wool. And I will start weaving with Canadian wool. I'm going to try making some clothes for myself with Canadian wool. I've already done scarves and mitts and hats and other such things to keep myself warm. But what about a vest or a wool skirt? How much would I have to spin and weave to make myself a skirt? Now, I don't weigh as much as I used to, I'll be honest, but I'm still a size large to extra large. And the bulk is around my middle, so I would need a fair bit of fabric to go around my waist. And if there's any pleats or layers or anything like that. So it's going to take me a while to do that, but that is one of my ultimate end goals. So you might say, well, how long are you going to be doing this? Well, if it takes 28 days to make or break a habit, which is what we used to say, and now they're saying it's actually 90 days. If I can do this for 100 days, 100 miles, 100 days, then maybe the whole project will just become my life. And isn't that the ultimate goal, right? Buy Canadian, buy local. Forget just buying Canadian, buy local as much as possible. Yeah, we can do that. I know where things are. I'm still researching a couple of different things, but yeah, I'll buy things locally as much as I can. And what I can't, what I have to get shipped in, I'm going to have to rethink it. Do I really need it? Is it a need? Is it a want? So far, it's a no buy yarn and fiber. That's a given until March, because I'm going to go to a fiber festival. I'm going to go to a sale and hopefully get some local stuff there. I'm not buying any more cake mixes or graham crackers. I may buy more grapes if they're marked down because they're pretty expensive. I will buy oranges, bananas, tea, and the coffee I'm going to get from a local coffee roaster once I've gone through my stash, and I've got a pretty big stash of coffee. My pantry's full. I don't need to go shopping. I really, really don't. What about you? What are you doing to help the environment? What are you doing to support your local businesses? Last fall, Nick and I stumbled into a bookstore downtown run by local people. And I thought, well, instead of going through Amazon, maybe the next time we have to go downtown for something, we'll go there and support them in whatever it is, right? So those are my thoughts for today. It's Tuesday. It's dark. It looks like it's going to snow. It may rain. It's going to get cold again. It's still winter. It's still winter. And I'm excited to be here and to share this adventure with so many of you. I guess I didn't really start out thinking that this would be a very long YouTube video today, but there you have it. And I'm almost done with this little fluff. You see that? Almost done. And then I'm going to wind it onto, here it is, if I can reach it here. This is the one I took off last night. I'll wind the two of them together, and then I'll make a 2-ply skein. So there you have it, friends. This is Doll from Doll Can Create, and I like to remind you that you can too. Have a great week, everyone. We'll talk soon. Bye for now, and God bless.